Alright guys, welcome back. War number 4 in Alliance War. We're starting off with White Magneto, Valkyrie, and Scorpion. Scorpion's going to take this Incinerate, Poison, Hazard Shift. Sasquatch, we're going to use our Ruptures so that we have our Poison immunity. And then at the beginning, during the Incinerate phase, we're just going to hit into Sassy's block. And then we're going to go ahead and try and manage his power by getting off those nice special 2s. Or manages healing with the special 2 and get the Petrify off on the special 2. And we've also got the Power Stings with the Ruptures there. So it's very nice and clean. We get off the special 2, perfect timing there, right before the Incinerate phase comes back in. So we don't want to get any Incinerates on us, so that's fine. We wait it out. Now we can attack in. We just have to watch out for Wrath, which is going to happen very soon. There it is. And we can just back off, let him throw his specials. He does get the Unstoppable there, so we don't want to attack in right away. Make sure we evade those special ones. Don't want to get stunned. Now I can go ahead and potentially attack in after the heavy here, but I'm just trying to wait it out. My Sting actually helps me out a little bit. I think I would have been fine. Took a little bit of Incinerate damage, and now we can finish it off in the Poison phase here. If he throws another special, he's probably gonna die from the Sting Burst. Excellent. Next, we are going to take Valkyrie is going to handle Apocalypse here on Incinerate, Poison, Hazard Shift. We're just going to have to hit into his block. That's all we got to do here. Very, very clean fight with Valkyrie. And we have a few Valkyrie fights this war, but some of them are not great for Valkyrie. And we've got I had to take a champion up to rank 4, or I chose to. I probably could have done it with the rank 3 in the end, but I think rank 4 was safer. Brand new champion to, at least for me, brand new rank 4 against a very scary new defender. So we'll get back to that. If you've seen the thumbnail, you know who I'm talking about. But here we're just going to go ahead and hit into Apocalypse's block. Doesn't matter if he throws that heavy. I'm just going to wait it out, hit into his block, build up my Pierce charges, and drop that big old special 2 into his block. And we'll be hitting very hard. Again, just gotta play this one as safe as possible. That's my goal here. I just don't want to we're trying to limit the deaths. Okay guys, we had a couple rough ones in the first 2 wars. Last war we had no problems. Well, we had problems, but we didn't die. This time we're trying to eliminate those problems, learn from our mistakes, be more prepared. And there was lots of discussion in with the battle group beforehand, talking to the other guys who run the same paths that I do in the other battle groups, and that is helping out a lot. Use our combined knowledge and experiences to figure out what is best. Now, there always might be a better counter, but for me, between path 8 and 9 plus some minis, I was trying to figure out what is the best combination of like the 6 champs that I can bring. You know, in terms of support champions, attack champions, what can I bring in for specific counters? So it worked out great so far. Scorpion's going to be used for a couple, Valkyrie for a couple. And now we go on to path 8. We've got Rintrah is going to handle Galan here, no problem. There's not much here as long as I can keep his buffs under wraps, and I can do that with the Neutralize. So again, I could probably always play these fights better, but again, it's for me. I'm going safe and easy, I guess. So here we're just gonna bait his special 1s and just keep hammering with special 2s and just try to keep him to only 1 bar of power. I don't want to deal with his special 2. If he puts any Incinerate damage on me, I don't want to deal with that. So again, we'll dash away at the very end and just hammer those special 2s on him, and I'm really not too concerned with Rintrah. He's a beast, literally, figuratively. And down goes Galan. Next up, We've got a global defender in Elsa. We're going to bring Iceman, who is a global attacker. He's incinerate and poison immune, so I don't really have to worry about it. And you can see that when I attack in against it, you see these nice power burns on the right-hand side. We're removing prowess, we're removing the power burns as long as we have an armor up, and his ice armor counts as an armor up. So I can throw heavies to get more armors on myself, but my ice armor counts as the armor, and as long as I don't lose it, I can keep power burning and removing the prowess. And you can see here, against the global defender, Iceman works extremely well, and we're going to have an issue later where we're going to fight another global defender, but it's not going to be nearly as simple as removing the prowess with the power burn. And we'll show you that later. But here, I can go ahead. I don't want to deal with her special 2 at all. This one has, I think, specials cost 50% less, so I do not want to get stuck giving her. I can evade Elsa's special 1 all day long. I don't want to deal with the special 2. So there, again, I always go like count to 3 on that special 1 evade. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm fine there. So that one goes down easy. Next up, we got Hazard Shift, Kindred, Shock and Bleed, plus he's got Conflictor and Crumbling Armor. We put a guidance boost on with Magneto, and against Kindred, the main thing you have to know is when you get to 50 charges above me, then it's going to turn green, and if you're too close to him, you're going to take degen. The other thing is, if you get clipped by that special 1, normally if you're too close to him, you take degen. If you back off, they will disappear, and you'll see what happens when I get to 50 charges. Right there, it's green. I'm going to stay as far away as him as possible. If I'm too close, a degen starts. If I go away, then it disappears. If I get clipped by a special 1, then when I try to back away, the degens will stick and you're screwed. So I make sure that I back away, evade that special 1, and then I have guidance here so I can attack in. I don't have to worry about Crumbling Armor because I'm armor break immune. I don't have to worry about Conflictor because I don't put any debuffs, and the only stuns that I do when he's not stun immune are with the guidance boost. And the last thing to know is that when you get to 5% of Kindred's down to 5% health, he is going to put you into a root. The way to counter that is to make sure that you have a special ready to go. Now here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to intentionally throw my, I'm going to attack in and throw a special 2 here in order to I take a little bit of degen, but the special 2 is going to give me the distance. And then I'm going to go ahead, because I have the power back boost on, I'm going to go for, as soon as those 50 charges are down, I parry, attack in, and I go right into the special 1 to get that last 5% out without getting rooted. Very, very happy with that thing fight. And I took him up to rank 4, brand new rank 4, just for that fight. Next, we got Path 8 in Section 2. We've got Cersei, of course. Rintrah's coming in here. Now, you don't want to let her get a heavy off right away, and of course, parry doesn't work. She gets a heavy off instead, so now I have to wait for that blue glancing buff to disappear, and then I can go ahead, attack in, put on the neutralize, and then I don't really have to worry about much. I was able to evade all her special 1s pretty easily without getting clipped by anything like unblockable, which is always fun. Again, special 2s and baiting special 1s, similar to Galan. That is all I'm focused on here. Stay far away, much easier to evade them at distance, and then attack back in and build up to special 2s and just drop them again. So there, with the neutralize, even if she throws the heavy attack, she can't get that glancing buff. So much better there. Again, nice clean dexes all around. And another big special 2. That one hit, that was nice. When it crits, that special 2 is awesome. And we are almost done here. And then we've got another tricky fight coming up right after. So I think what happened last war, I screwed up with Wiccan against Rich Get Richer Gore, and I ate a special 3. I was prepared this time that on this Rich Get Richer, this is Storm, Pyramid X, and I'm going, she's a global defender, I'm going in with a global attacker. The problem is that she is going to be gaining a lot of prowess, but the glancing is going to prevent a lot of my, like you can see the power burn and prowess are hitting, but there are going to be points where she does gain too many prowess and starts hammering these, like those specials. I can't get rid of the prowess fast enough. That is my problem here. I'm trying to throw those armors on me. I'm trying to get hits in with the special 1, try and remove all those prowess. But at a certain point, she is just ramping up too many prowess. Now, I don't want to give her too many that her special 2 is going to be unblockable. I have an invulnerability boost on. And between the invul boost and as long as Iceman has his ice armor, he can only take 5% damage from a special 3. So I'm not too... I'd rather push Storm to a special 3 than let her potentially get an unblockable special 2. So at a certain point here, we're just going to go ahead and bite the bullet as we see her getting too many prowess that we can't remove. We're trying to remove them as fast as we can, but I think the glancing also plays a role in this one. But Iceman, again, as the global attacker and the fact that he is a tank in terms of special 3s, it is going to help me out a lot here. So again, I'm going to spam those special spam those special ones as much as possible. Again, just keep trying to get as much damage in. But again, those glancing are not helping us with like our frostbites or cold snaps. Any of that stuff is, but we're just trying to manage the prowess. But again, she gets rich, get richer. She gets too many buffs more than me, and I eat the special 3. But that's fine. That's why we had the invul boost on. We don't get stunned or anything, so that's great. And we can go ahead, we're going to drop a big old special 2 on her, and then we actually end up having to block her special 2 and then go back in and finish this one off. So it wasn't too bad. We were able to manage the prowess for the most part, but this was a very annoying fight for me. I knew going in that I just had a feeling, even though I thought that my strategy was sound with Iceman, I had a feeling I was going to take a special 3, so that invul boost was very important. Next up, we got a shock bleed, one eye open Nick Fury. We're just going to have Valkyrie come in and do Valkyrie things, hit into the block. Again, right there, I don't know why I whiffed that. Controls were a little wonky at the very beginning. You saw me whiff a light attack there. I can't even do that on purpose. So, again, similar to the Apocalypse fight, we are just going to attack in. And by not attacking in, we're also limiting his tactical charges because he does not getting any if I don't hit him. I think there is one point where I accidentally intercept him, and that is a possibility. And then I might take a little bit of chip damage from a shock or a bleed. But there you can see now, again, he's limited on only getting his tactical charges when he throws that special 1. Now we got the 3 pierce. We're doing like direct damage right through his block. Very nice. And we have to get through 2 phases here with Nick Fury. The regular, get through the life model decoy and the regular Nick Fury. There, I got I intercepted him, so I'm taking a little bit of shock damage, but we have willpower to mitigate that. I'm going to go ahead and bait the dex the end of that special 1, and we're just going to keep going here. It's slow and steady, but that's what we're looking for. We're going to go for another 5-hit combo into the special 2. He's into his second phase here. He's melting, and we're just adding on to it by just continuing with those direct bleed attacks through the block. And I think one more turtle up should do it, but we have to bait one more special 1. Again, dex the end of it, and then almost finished here. But again, very happy with the strategy here. Scorpion did that sassy, and then what was it? Valkyrie for the Apocalypse. Then Valkyrie again for that Nick Fury, and then we're going to do Scorpion again for Mephisto with shock and bleed. We're going to go ahead and use ruptures again, so because we want to make sure we want our shock immunity, and obviously we don't want to use poisons against Mephisto because it won't do anything because he's poison immune. So it has to be ruptures here, and during the shock phase we're shock immune, and of course the first special one, it gets clips me completely, and then we're just going to play smart here. All the tough fights were done. Okay, I just had to manage his aura a little bit. When I hit into his block and I see the aura pop up, I'm going to back off, evade the specials like I should, and then attack in during the shock phase. We have class advantage, and we're putting on those ruptures, so he is getting the stings. So again, I'm just going to back off during this bleed phase, hit into his block only. Also, hitting into the block helps for me anyway on this one because every few seconds he gains a passive armor up, and you have to remove them by hitting into the block. So it actually works out pretty well. Hit into the block during one phase, and then remove the armor ups, and then attack into him during the other phase when the armor ups are coming back, are low, and they're coming back. So again, here he's gaining those armor ups, but I need to hit into his block anyway, so bye-bye armor ups, we hit, that works out, it works out into the nice cycle here for this fight. Again, he gets his regen there at a certain point. Too bad I couldn't, I was going to try and time the special too so I could steal that regen, but it didn't quite work out, but that's fine. We've got a whole bunch of ruptures on him. We're just going to wait again, one more time. There are just, that was the accidental intercept, but luckily I didn't take any damage there. And then he's down. Last was a Wong on Hazard Shift. Someone had done it during the off season, said Valkyrie was very easy for it. He does get that annoying unstoppable sometimes, so Valkyrie is perfect for countering that. But then he was running the ouchie masteries, so every time he throws a special, he's taking damage anyway. So this fight was a lot easier than even anticipated. So just hit into his block, do normal Valkyrie things, and every time he throws his special one, he's taking recoil damage, and it's really not an issue at all. And then the yeah, if he does, I think at one point he does get the unstoppable, but I'm already, yeah, right there he gets his unstoppable, but I have my 3 pierce charges, so I don't even have to worry about it. I can just ignore it completely, and Valkyrie is just an awesome counter here. So there, even though he had that unstoppable there, that doesn't matter. Yeah, he gets it again, but I can just ignore it, so it doesn't matter. And down goes Wong. Hope you enjoyed the war. That Kindred fight was awesome. Enjoy it. Bye, guys.